Hey everyone, it's BigSmoons with a failure. I do not have the platinum for today's game, but here comes the review, and I will be talking about the trophies in a series called The Ones That Got Away. Today we're going to be talking about The Last of Us, and specifically the remastered version for the PlayStation 4. It is available as part of the PS Plus collection on the PlayStation 5. The Last of Us was developed by Naughty Dog for the PlayStation 3 and released in 2013 to critical acclaim. As I've said previously on the channel, I never owned a PlayStation 3. My cousin got this game and loved it so much that he let me borrow his PlayStation 3 and this game until I beat it. What did I think of it? Well, let's get started. The Last of Us is a third-person action game that puts you into the shoes of Joel. This game hits you fast and hard emotionally in the opening segment, and continues to hit you throughout. The major plot point of the game is a virus has hit the world, and the game does a great job showing the chaos of this happening as it's happening. Joel and his brother Tommy escape from the city, and there's a time jump to 20 years later. Most survivors of the virus now live in quarantine zones under a totalitarian regime. This is where Joel has found himself, and has taken up smuggling to survive. The world runs on just enough rations to survive, and Joel and his partner Tess are always looking for more. They run into the Fireflies. These guys are the resistance force pushing back against the regime. Joel is tasked from the Fireflies to smuggle a girl out of town. He finds out that she's immune to the virus, and that scientists are working on a cure and need her help. He eventually takes up the task of taking her to Salt Lake City, where the lab is located. The relationship that forms between Joel and this girl Ellie is amazing. Ellie becomes a daughter to Joel throughout the story, and both characters find that they need each other. The bulk of the game is spent traversing large areas from where you start in Boston, across the United States, to end up in Salt Lake City. Along the way, Joel and Ellie are the constant. Other companions will come and go. The time spent with them affects our duo, some for the better and some for the worse. Cutscenes and character interactions is where this game really shines. Supplies are scarce, and you need to use your wit and proper planning to navigate areas full of enemies. You will be scavenging areas for tools, parts, and supplements to upgrade Joel and his arsenal. On the higher difficulties, you may find yourself sneaking past enemies and not confronting any of them through the use of bottles and bricks to distract them. And these enemies take the form of humans who are out to kill Joel and capture Ellie. You will have to sneak around and take them down. You can do this by sneaking up behind them and killing them. You can shoot them, but guns are loud and ammo is few and far between. There is a silent, ranged option in the form of a bow, but arrows can be difficult to come by. You can take opponents on head on, but this is a death sentence on higher difficulties. The second form of enemies are the infected. These guys were infected by a fungus, and it has destroyed their brains. The fungus growing inside them has one goal, and that is to infect everyone. This can be done from inhaling the fungal spores, or from a bite from an infected. There are several forms of the infected. My favorite is the clicker. They've been affected so long that it completely destroys their eyes, and they navigate through clicks and echolocation. You can sneak around them, or if you have a shiv handy, stab them until they die. I give The Last of Us a 10 out of 10 for fun, and how could I not? The way the story and characters are woven into the adrenaline-pumping moment-to-moment gameplay is a masterclass. Joel is a conflicted character, and far from a hero. He's stubborn and selfish, but he has to be in order to survive as long as he has. Ellie is young and innocent, and Joel begins to care deeply for her throughout the story. I believe that everyone should play The Last of Us. It is available on PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, and PlayStation 5 through backwards compatibility. And it's included in the PS Plus collection. I've heard talks of another remaster/remake coming, and if it does, without multiplayer trophies, maybe I'll get a redemption on this platinum. Let's talk trophies. There are 24 trophies here to obtain. Beat the game on Survivor while collecting all the collectibles, and upgrading all your items, and you will have a large number of them. Beat the game on Survivor on New Game Plus, and now you will have all but a few. Have all optional conversations, listen to all of Ellie's jokes, and open all the Shiv doors to round out all the single player trophies. And now, on to the reason that I do not have the platinum. The Last of Us is a visually beautiful, deep, interesting world, focused heavily on characters and their interactions with one another. To get the platinum, you have to play through at least twice and see and hear everything. And I'm okay with that. However, there are multiplayer trophies. The Last of Us did not need multiplayer, and there are 4 associated trophies. 2 of them are for winning a couple matches and getting your clan up to level 40. Very easy to do. The last 2 will require you to play 168 multiplayer matches. Now I know what you're all saying. BigSmoons, you can just skip days. That's true. You start a match and immediately quit, which makes you a terrible teammate. I couldn't do that to my teams, so I stuck it out and got through probably 50 matches before I felt drained by the process. And you can fail at any time, requiring you to start all over. 84 matches is one faction, and 84 is the other. No thank you, I gave up. If you can grind your way through the multiplayer, and you can beat the game on the hardest difficulty, then I commend you. One is emotionally and physically draining, and the other is Survivor difficulty. There is some great DLC for this game in the form of Grounded mode, making the game even harder, and Left Behind, which is a closer look at Ellie's character. The other DLC is more multiplayer stuff. Yay! I know that if I could drag myself through the multiplayer that I could get the platinum. If you enjoy the multiplayer and don't mind 2 playthroughs on the hardest difficulty, then go for it. However, personally, I do not recommend you get that platinum. Thanks for watching, everyone. I promise there'll be less of these ones that got away videos than platinum reviews. I love trophy hunting, and I love seeing the platinum trophy pop on the screen. I'm still streaming through Final Fantasy XIV over on my Twitch channel at BigSmoons. Head over and give me a follow. I stream when I can and don't have a set schedule, but I will answer questions while I'm playing when they pop up. Remember, be good to yourself.
Ration line hasn't opened yet. Must be running low again.